I'm Oskar Nygren, and this is Imperfect Action. And today, we're going to talk about the power of facing fears and how that leads to you living the best of lives. That life becomes an adventure. And right now, I'm standing in my backyard with probably people listening to me, and I'm really scared. Normally I would do this inside and have a safe location, but apparently that wasn't what it was supposed to be today. So anyway, I'm really excited because today we're celebrating 50 subscribers. Yay! And I started my channel maybe 6 days ago, so I'm really thankful for all the support that I'm getting and that you people are here and you're sharing me on. So for you who are new here, don't forget to like, subscribe and click the notification bell. That would be amazing, because I intend to do a video each day where I show that it's okay to take imperfect action and not being 100% clear on what it is that you're going to convey. So let's get into today's subject, which is about facing fears, and that's why I'm standing here with all these sounds around me. I hear people up in their apartments, I hear someone in the backyard, and I'm standing here and I'm desperately afraid that someone will watch me. But that doesn't stop me from doing this video. And normally, I usually sit and I process the emotions before I go on a video, because I notice that, oh shit, this is I'm scared about, and maybe that will fuck up my flow. It will really screw up my emotions, which means that I won't come forward to you in the way I intend to. And as I was also sitting today and I was reading and writing these scripts, and oh, I have to have this in and I want to have this in, I started feeling this tension building up, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to sit here, I'm going to process it, and I'm going to take care of it. But then I felt that, you know what? It's enough. You don't have to. And maybe it's even more powerful if you come on camera and you show that you are scared, even though it might not show. I don't know. I'm standing here right now, I'm on a roll, but as soon as any thought comes in, it's like, what is somebody gonna think? What are they gonna say about me? How am I gonna show up? Then instantly my voice gets a little bit stackly and it doesn't know what to say, basically. So of course, one way of facing your fears is to take imperfect action and be okay with whatever comes. But if you're not really there yet, then it is even easier to start understanding that it is about the emotions of a future scenario that you're afraid of, right? You're never really afraid of what is going to happen. You're afraid of what you will feel if it happens. If somebody laughs at you, if somebody's angry, or whatever it is, it's like the quality of emotion, that's what we are afraid of. And so one thing that I found that is really, really helpful for me when it comes to doing things like this, unless right now I'm on the camera, but if I weren't, then If there's a scenario that I'm afraid of, I go to that scenario. I visualize it, you know. And normally, our body will start to feel it as if it was happening. And many of us feel that that is an uncomfortable emotion and we don't want to go there. But if we do, and we do that fully, we just embrace it, and we ask ourselves in that scenario, what is it that I'm not accepting here? Right? Because normally suffering, or why we suffer, is because we are not embracing a certain thing that's happening. We're not accepting that something can happen. And if we're not accepting it, and it is happening, then that goes in, it gets distorted with our emotions. So always ask yourself, what is it that I'm not accepting? Another thing that was here when I was starting out my journey was that I believed that everything that I was feeling, everything that I was thinking was true. And specifically coming from a place where I didn't feel really sure of myself in any way, you know, then I believed that I was at fault. I believed I was small. I believed I weren't worthy, and so forth. And obviously, because I believed it, my emotions showed up that way, and the world started to mirror towards me that I'm not worthy or I'm not this. So then obviously I got proof of what it was that I was believing, which made me believe it even more. And that just started to spiral on. So, and I started to realize, you know, when I started doing all these processing, that there's a point where you come to this point where you start understanding that whatever you're feeling, whatever you're believing is not revealing who you are. It is just revealing the filter you have towards your reality. So you just become aware of what that filter is, and then you have a choice to see that it is a filter. And this is when you start changing your consciousness from being in a state of force to an empowerment. You know, you get the courage to face what it is that you're saying to yourself, and what the emotions it is that you are unwilling to feel, and what circumstances in your mind you're not accepting. That's fascinating, isn't it? So rather than it's revealing, oh, this is who I am and it's never going to change, it is rather about you understanding that it is a lesson. It's a lesson, and it's a lesson created by you in order for you to learn, to grow, and then share your experience with others. So the fear of failure is essentially about you are fearful of what you're going to feel in a future scenario, and you're not really accepting that that can become a reality. But when you're embracing it and you process the emotions and you go to that state and you flow through it, then you will start to sense that there is something that is coming out of that. There's an empowerment in that place. There's an insight into you about what it is. that is fascinating. You know, it's like that fear we have, it stops us from really taking action, but it's also revealing to us what it is that it is our next step. Magic, I would say. So if this is tricky for you, I would suggest that you just go on and think of one small thing that is interesting, you know, that you have a hard time around. And then you process that and you see that you can do that. And then you might get a little bit more, you know, certain of yourself and say, oh, well, I can do that. Maybe I can do something even more different or difficult. And from there, you just spiral on. So this is essentially what makes you become very consistent in your imperfect action, you know. Then things can just roll, and after a while, since you have processed emotions, you will no longer be afraid of those scenarios, which means that you will be much more competent, much more relaxed, calm and composed in any situation. And you can handle that, and that inspires people. So with that said, guys, I'm Oskar Nygren. This is Imperfect Action. 50 subscribers. It's fantastic. All right. Take care. Goodbye. Oh, yeah. Not goodbye. Peace, joy, and love to all of you. See you.